I was born under Table Mountain, into sea, sunshine and wind. I was born into apartheid. I fought it, so I know about gaining freedom if you lose it, as did my ancestors. I'd like to tell you about a very special ancestor of mine, a hero. Her name is Saartjie Baartman. They called her Hottentot Venus. There were many moons gone, darkness and light. Many trees were born and grew and were cut down. Many ships sank from the time my mother brought me into the world. My people are Khoikhoi, people of people, the first people. When the earth opened her womb, my people came out first, then came the animals. I was born near a river. Rivers are my favorite animals. They have long bodies which reflect the sun in the day. They make good sounds and they carry life. Saartjie grew up in their family hut in a kraal in the Eastern Cape by the Gumtoos River. The fire in the middle sends up smoke which floats in my dreams of memory. I smell the reed mats of the walls. I hear the sound of drums beating across the veld in time to the beat of my heart. My land, my people, my country, happy days. We moved to the big city. I love Cape Town and the mountain which shows the way for the big ships coming to our sea. I watch them leaving. I want to cross over where the sea falls over Mother Earth, when the rains give water to our dry earth. I want to follow the sun, when Nature Mother commands it to go to those lands where people have white faces to warm their hands and their lands. I want to see the big world, to travel. Africa then and Africa now didn't find in Saartjie anything to stare at. I met a doctor, but he was a wicked man. He stole me from my family. He asked me to go to the far land to be his nursery maid. He told my family he'd send money back to them and he'd look after me. They believed his lies, and I believed him too. He took me on a big ship. When we got to that country called England, he forced me to show my body in that land which smells of bodies of slaves with broken dreams. He said that if I didn't agree, he'd leave me to wander on the hills and wild animals would eat me alive. So I agreed. I had to stand with my body showing through a very thin nothing. They took my kaross away. All the people were dressed in long coats, but I had to stand in the ice-cold place and be cold. And in the place called Paris, I had to share my cage with animals. I had to stand. I think of Tata, of mamas, while they stare at me, and they call me names. They poke their parasols into my flesh. They stare at me like they're looking for fleas on my body. I think of my sisters and my brothers, and the pain becomes too much. I close my eyes and think of my mountain. I smell the fish. I feel the wind against my skin. The buchu powder under my arms reminds me of my kabab, when I first became a woman, when all my people celebrate with me. I smell the cow dung melted with butter, which we lick from our fingers. I smell the root beer which my uncles drink from the shell of the tortoise.